So this one here is all kinds of algebra skills that are going to constantly reappear. Make sure you understand how to solve this question. Okay, first of all, it's a reciprocal question, and I'm not going to make you graph it. I'm just going to let you know to start with that it is one-to-one, and that the domain for this function is that x has to be, it's all reals except x can't be -3. Can all see that, right? Yes. Non-permissible value. And you may not know this, but the range is all reals except y can't equal 2. This would be your vertical asymptote. This would be your horizontal asymptote. Hey, I know you know this one. We'll talk about this one later. Okay, so here's our original function, y equals 2x over, and I would like you to put brackets on that little couple on the bottom so you don't mess them up and split them up. When you're finding the inverse, you're exchanging x and y. So I'm saying x is equal to 2y divided by bracket y plus 3. And now we have to solve that for y. What's the problem? There, yeah, you got a fraction, you got a y on the top and a y on the bottom. How are you going to solve that problem? Just multiply across both sides by y plus 3. Some people call this cross multiply, but what we mean is we multiplied both sides by y plus 3, which means it canceled the y plus 3 over on the right. Okay, but now we still have a problem because I've got a y on the left and a y on the right. So the mistake I most often see people doing is trying to divide both sides by y, and it doesn't help you. It doesn't help you because it's still stuck inside these brackets. So the only thing that's going to help you here, it seems counterintuitive. Expand everything. Remember, your goal is to get y alone. And right now, you can't get the y alone unless you pull it out of the brackets. So we get x times y plus 3x equals 2y. Now I've got y's on both sides of the equal sign, so I'm going to collect them all on one side and everything else on the other. So I'm just going to take this xy and I'm going to subtract it from both sides so that I can get it over to there. So subtract xy, and I get 3x equals 2y, subtract xy. Closer to my goal because I have all the y's together on one side. Next step, factor. You've got a common factor of y, so factor the y out of that, and you get 2 minus x, and you're nearly done. If you want y alone, divide both sides by 2 minus x, both sides, and those will cancel. So my inverse, y equals 3x over 2 minus x. Then the domain for this inverse is the old range. X can't equal 2. Look at that, of course it can't. You'd have a 0 in the denominator. The range for my new inverse, old domain, y can't equal -3. So this vertical asymptote has become a horizontal asymptote. This horizontal asymptote has become the vertical asymptote because we took the inverse. We exchanged x and y. Okay, let me summarize the algebra because this is the key here. So when we had to solve something and we had a fraction and the y was on the top and the bottom, we multiplied both sides by y plus 3. And then we expanded everything. And then we moved all the y's to one side of the equation. And then we factored out the y. Not the GCF, the y. And then we divided both sides by that 2 minus x so that we could isolate the y. that's going to come up again. It's an important algebra skill. Make sure you practice that.